members of Jubilee Party, and even I'll try and see how quickly we can summarize this thing in a short manner. And it is to say that when members of Jubilee Party, and even us as officers or officials, saw the bad behavior of our members of parliament, and especially the National Assembly and the Senate, we cautioned them on the issue of taking stands, political positions, that are contrary to that taken by Jubilee and by Azimio. We also told them clearly that when motions come to the floor, they should be able to vote as an Azimio bloc. This was breached during the debate on IEBC. Our members did not understand, or they decided to ignore instructions that we had given to them clearly to ensure that we rejected the IBC amendment law. And the reason is because you now can see it is one of the issues that we have now subjected to the national debate. They thought that we were misguiding them, and they voted with UDA. We cautioned them, but shortly thereafter we received petitions. Petitions that were guided by the fact that even our members started attending PGs of UDA, going to State House and partaking in party activities of UDA. Petitions were received here within the party for specific members, and those petitions were referred to the internal dispute resolution mechanism. I have gone to the pains of printing out the charges and even the hearing dates that were fixed. And we have the petition against Kanini Kega here that was sent to us by a petitioner called Robin Moremi Karani. The hearing date for this petition was supposed to be the 1st of February 2023. I want you to note the date. 2023. 1st of February 2023. All those, there is one for Adan Duro Fatuma, there's another one for Sabina Wajiro Chege, and there's another one for Kenan Warie Adan. I don't know what Warie means. Warie Adan. These petitions were forwarded to the internal dispute resolution committee, and the letters communicated to them and even shared in our social media. If you go to your social media history, you will see those letters were shared, and that is still a pending issue before the internal dispute resolution mechanism of the party. On the 2nd of February, these people, of course, they knew this was going to happen because they were already aware of the complaints that has been forwarded to us, and we continue communicating. On the 2nd of February, then they purported to hold a NEC meeting in Nakuru. NEC meeting in Nakuru in a hotel, and we have the footage, the CCTV footage of what was happening there in that hotel. It was attended by many, including those who did not know why they were there. And even confessions from some of the people who were inside there have been made to us, and we will deal with them as we go ahead. They then made resolutions which included, among many other things, changing the leadership of the party by appointing new officials to the NEC. And they then went ahead and communicated their resolutions and decisions to the ORPP. We wrote a letter to the ORPP and notified her of a similar exercise that we had already gotten rid of, that is unprocedural and unconstitutional as per the party's constitution. So we had already alerted her and told her that anything that might be brought to her attention, it is only fair that she subjected to some kind of scrutiny and investigation. She did not do so. She went ahead and wrote a letter to us, confirming that she is in receipt of the resolutions of the meeting that was held in Nakuru, and she is happy with the fact that we have been removed from the party. So she was very happy, writing a letter here dated 13th of February, and it was delivered to us. And you can actually see how quickly she wrote, because she did not even address me as the SG. Aliniambia, hata ninaona kama alikosea kusema honorable, karibu aseme bwana Kioni. Because you can see that tells you a story. Because she receives the note, the information the same day, and the same day the letter is with us. She receives those minutes from Nakuru, and the same day the letter is with us. I don't want to say who was in Nakuru, because it's likely that she was also seen in Nakuru. By the way, let me say this. When the meeting was going on in Nakuru, I called her with my phone from this office, and she was in Nakuru. I told her, I asked her, have you seen my party people there? No, nimeona wengine hata majina siwajui, lakini nimeona wakipita hapa hapa. I leave it to you to interpret what that means. So we then went to court immediately and challenged that procedure that she had used, and we were given an order, a stay order of her letters and any resolutions that may have been arrived at from Nakuru, because it was we termed it as illegal ourselves, and we still do the same. When you go to court and get interim orders, then you wait for the full hearing to take place so that a judgment can be entered. A judgment was entered yesterday. And in the judgment, a very, very comprehensive judgment, because this forms precedences of other cases that will be before them. Our key thing, our major player, our main player, was to get this letter of 13 that was giving legal authority, recognizing officials from Nakuru by the ORPP. This is the letter we challenged in court. And we wanted it nullified by the business, what are they called? Political Parties Dispute Tribunal, not business. I've worked in the business tribunal for a long time. Yesterday, the judgment was entered. And you will get a copy of it, you will go through it, and you will see, when you go to page 39, I think, is it 39? No. You go to page 22, it's 22 on this, is 39 on other fonts. What we wanted was this letter declared null and void, because it is on this letter, on this authority of the office of the Registrar of Political Parties, that those coup protesters were relying on. It is the one that was giving their actions the force of law. And this is what they said in that judgment. Taking into consideration the totality of the foregoing circumstances, we order as follows. A declaration be and is hereby issued that the respondent's letter, that is, the respondent was the ORPP, because we were to court mepeleka kotini, dated 13th February 2013, is null and void and of no consequential effect. I want to read it again. A declaration be and is hereby issued that the respondent's letter dated 13th of February 2023 is null and void and of no consequential effect. Hii Kisugu imewekwa hapa, hata watu ya CBC wanaelewa. It does not need a legal person to understand what it means. So ulikuwa umekalia hii na imeondolewa. Siwe uko kwa hewa? Bas, sasa watembelee hewa, kwa sababu all the other issues that are contained there are issues that have no effect on this final thing. Now, if you want to know who are the official members, who are the officials of Jubilee Party, as per the 26th of February 2022 NDC, you can go to the Registrar of Political Parties. And again, you'll find that the same names that were there from 26th of February 2022 are the names that are there. The party is intact. I want to tell the members of Jubilee, the followers across this country, that the party is fully functional. If you have an issue with any of us, there is a procedure you should follow. If you think you want to remove the SG, get the party leader to convene a NEC. Then a decision will be made that will then be taken to the NDC. But you cannot call the deputy of a secretary general to convene a NEC and to discuss the secretary general. If you want to remove the party leader, the secretary general will call the NEC to discuss the conduct of the party leader. Secretary, if a deputy secretary general can convene NEC and discuss issues of the party without informing the party leader, without informing the secretary general, without informing even those other officials you want discussed, even before you talk of the rules of natural justice, the question I want to ask you is this. Can Rigathi, huyu tunaita Gachedhera, can he convene a cabinet meeting today to discuss Ruto or to even discuss policy matters in this country? If we allow that absurdity to happen, then the stability of all institutions will come into question. A deputy cannot purport to act when the substantive holder of the office is alive and capable of carrying out his or her duties. It's not just for Jubilee, but it's for all institutions that want to function as guided by the Mwongozo principles. Having said that also, let me also tell you something else. If you want to have an official presser of the party, it is held in the party offices, which are these ones, at the party headquarters. Not in a hotel or a hideout, because like the one of yesterday was actually a hideout. It was a hideout. I am told it was nyinyi wenyewe wengine mulienda, mtatuambia pahali mulienda na mulipitia barabara gani ndio tujue. The convening of that meeting had been done. This is the other thing. They had called that placer a day earlier. Do they want to tell us that they had a discussion with the tribunal and they had unintended, there was a known outcome that they wanted to celebrate? Or was it a scheme from the beginning of how they were going to spin the decisions that were allowed? So that kind of a placer, if you see people holding placers under the trees huko kwa uongo, waulize vizuri kwa nini wako na uoga ya kuja kwa ofisi. Walipopatiwa hii barua na ORPP, si mliona wakikimbia hapa? Na wakakuja wakasimama hapa na kusema wanaongea. Kwa nini Laudi hii hawakukuja? Kwa sababu wanajua ukweli, hawakweli, mambo yao ilikuisha na sasa wako kwa hewa na watapambana na hiyo mambo ya hewa kwa muda. By the way, let them be told, now it is the members of the party and them to deal with them. Hamwezi subua watu miaka yote. Kama umeamua kuhama chama, si uende. Ya nini kurigariga hapa kuleta harufu baya kila wakati? Kama umeamua kwenda UDA na ndio naona ndio kuko faa, enda. Hiyo ni haki yako ya katiba. But let me tell you, you are not going to embarrass Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, because that is their intention.
We cannot allow that.
The thing that they want to do is to remove the party from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I'm just somebody who has become stubborn because I've refused many things that they have wanted. And this is the game that is being organized from State House. Yesterday, while we were here at around 3 o'clock, when they were organizing for that placer, they had ordered these scarves. Ziko wapi? Kwa sababu waliitisha kutoka pahali jana. But the guy who was told to deliver with a motorbike looked for the offices of Jubilee. And he came here with them in the kagunia. But we told them, sisi hatujaitisha scarves. Now, that is not the funny part of the story. The funny part of the story is this one. The invoice the guy was presenting had the invoice was worth 15 million shillings. 15 million shillings. I do not know who they intend to con because of that kagunia ya scarves. If it was to be the party, then we have saved the party from that invoice by that judgment. Kama ni wale wengine hao wako na pesa, wanaweza endelea kuporwa kwa sababu hata ni yetu wamepora. And I think if the other thing is this, they have been attending the PG meetings of UDA. UDA from day one have remained very insultive of our party leader, UHURU Kenyatta, to the point where they organized for the raiding of his mother's farm and wakachukua kodoo na wakakata miti. Hii watu wanaweza danganya mtu nani tena ati wako na haja na Jubilee ama wako na haja na party leader wetu. They want to embarrass him and expose him and actually embarrass any person who ever wanted to be a member of this party. We have never had them utter one word, even on the floor of the house, defending our party leader. Hakuna rais mwingine ambaye ametukanwa vile huyo wetu ambao tunampenda ametukanwa. And he is really a statesman. He's kept quiet. He has never uttered a word. Munaingia kwa boma yake, munachukua kodoo, munakula. Naoje nikuambia, hao wanakula hiyo kodoo utaona tubu imewaya tupu. Tupu. Na huko chini tupu. Wao wataona tu. Those things will happen in a short while. It's also important that I mention this as I maybe conclude. We are also aware some of the former members led by a guy called Heslon, who was our administrative officer here, and working with the UDA, our boy team, is already working in Gachagua's office. So they are managing the mismanagement. They are trying to destabilize Jubilee from the offices of UDA. He is an employee at Gachagua's office, Kule Karen. And you can go and check that fact. Kwa hivyo sisi hatutaki the chairman, Nelson Zuva. Maybe you don't know, you need to check. Yeye alikuja ameshikwa mkono namna hii akaletwa kwa chama 2013 hapo akawa chairman wa JAB that time before Jubilee. Aliletwa na William Samoei Ruto. He is from the URP wing, so he must be feeling lonely. And we also want to let him go. Let him quickly go where it is comfortable. Na pahali hakuna hiyo baridi hata endelea kuisikia. Na let me also tell you that because we want to see fairness in the party, we organized for an NDC and we advertised it in the papers. The NDC was to take place on the 24th and 25th of March. They went to court to block our holding of the NDC. Kama kweli wako na ukweli, ya nini wanaogopa umati wa watu? Siwaje mbele ya watu, tufanye uchaguzi, tusafishe nini? Chama. The letter that came from the lawyer is here. Dated 6th March 2013, that's the date we received it. It was written on the 3rd of March 2023. And they went ahead and we were told that we cannot hold the NDC because they objected to it. So kama unakataa pahali watu ambao we want to subject ourselves to the NDC so that they can say they have confidence or no confidence, because we are only trying to do what is right. And finally, this team led by this guy about to be sent to Yara. Look at the irony of this. Kanini is enjoying nomination from Jubilee Party. It is on the nomination a letter I wrote to National Assembly that he was given an opportunity to represent us at Yara. He is already a beneficiary of the sweat of those people who fought for the party. He is now gone to the other side to kill what is left for these people. Sabina, who could not even present herself even for an MCA seat in Muranga. We gave her that nomination. She is there on the strength of Jubilee as a member of Azimio. And she goes to the floor to say that she cannot whip for Azimio. Anasema, yeye ujiga yake haijafika kiasi ya kwamba wafuatane na Azimio. Of what interest would you want to have her sitting there? But even before we get to removing her, she is already a beneficiary of the sweat of these people, whom she is now trying to destroy by making sure that they have no party. Finally, Wetagura. We have had bad speakers to the National Assembly, but we never thought we could sink this row. Wetagura had a problem of arithmetic. He could not even add numbers. He missed to know who had the majority. The Speaker of the County Assembly of Nairobi got it right. Imagine how beautiful it would be in this country if we had these fellows who are in offices through the window in State House and a National Assembly that is being controlled by a party that is not in power. The check and balances. Look at how it is happening at the County Assembly of Nairobi. Beautiful. But he could not allow that level of democracy to be grown in this country. He has now gone further to ensure that even a person who is supposed to pick and whip our members, he wants to decide who should whip for our party. That is not just legally wrong, it is also immoral. It's totally immoral. And until those changes are allowed to happen on the floor of the House, we will be out in maandamano. Yes. Hello? Hello. Tumemaliza? Asante. Kuna swali? Hiyo ni mzuri. Sema hapana uliza gumu. Yes, Brian. Yes, Mshiri.
If indeed you're in charge, then the invoice duly will be brought to you. And the ruling is that kila mtu within yourselves, within the party, sort yourselves out. Your take.
This confusion is also... No, just hold it. This confusion is also confusing our suppliers. And we want to let the whole public know. Anything ordered by any other name other than that of Jeremiah Kioni will not be honored. It will not be honored by the party. Kwa hivyo nyinyi tembeeni huko na scarves, na kofia, na longi, na kila kitu huko. But those fellows who ask for them, they will pay you. We will not be held liable for anything we have not ordered from this party. Under my signature. Thank you for that question. Asanteni sana. Hata wewe ndugu. Yes, Mike. See, we've been very kind. Mani? Hiyo sasa ulimi yangu ni ya Nyeri. Hapana si ya Nyeri kwa Kachiadhara, ni kutoka Nyandarua. We have been really kind and patient and tolerant. We have not asked for the expulsion of these members, even when they have been grossly out of order. I am now under pressure from the same members of the party. Kick these people out. That is what they're asking. Kick them out of the party. If we are to do that, I want to confirm here, it will be done within the provisions of the party's constitution. And we will go through it meticulously. Pole pole, mpaka tufike. What is setting these guys into panic, and you need to know, is because they already have disciplinary cases before the dispute teams. That is why they are in a panic, and they then lied to other members of parliament, other members of NEC, who are now getting the truth. That is why yesterday, even after calling many people to the plaza, throughout the night, you can actually see many told them, we will go where Uhuru eventually will tell us, and we now can tell where his heart is. Na iko hapa, ambapo tuko. Asanteni sana, na Nyasani amulinde. Thank you so much. I don't know whether anybody else wants to go. Do you want to say something, Shebesh? Yes. Kadozi, you want to say something?
Sorry, I won't keep you long. Just to affirm what our Secretary General has said, and to also say that maybe as a party, we have been very patient. We have followed decorum, but sometimes enough is enough. Yes. I think those of you who are in the media know where Kenyans are right now. It's not a matter of rocket science. what Kenyans are saying, where they are, and who they believe is fighting for their rights.
Yes.
It is Raila, Amolo, Odinga, and Azimio. We've just come from Murang'a, and the reception was clear. So this is what I think is important to what has happened to our party. The moment you look like you're moving from one party to the other for convenience and probably for gain, you lose respect of Kenyan people. Kenyans are no longer stupid, or they have never been. We've just assumed as politicians they are. So those on that side who have tried to hijack this party, believe me, your CVs are not good with the people, even from where you come from. And most of you know that if it was not for Raila Odinga and the Azimio team, not only would you not have won the seats that you are members of parliament of, but neither would you have been nominated. If I were you, because I've been in politics with you for long, I would be very ashamed. I would be extremely ashamed, and I would be looking for advice. But you certainly will not get that advice in UDA. I wish even you had thought of something else. But moving from Jubilee to go to an UDA meeting in State House where they were booed. I don't know why media sometimes you hide things. Ama, you are shut out of State House. Ama, I don't understand. Because everybody knows they have not even been received in that party they are trying to squeeze themselves in. UDA itself is so frustrated because of the many people who are expecting many things, especially the hustlers, that many of them are considering coming to us. And we will accommodate anybody who at this time feels that Jubilee, because of the strength of the Azimio and the leadership of Raila Odinga and UHURU Kenyatta, we will accommodate anybody who believes in what we do. But at the end of the day, SG, as I speak for everybody here, honestly, if we don't get rid of people who are taking advantage of political parties, then this country will never move forward. Let us be that party that goes the full hog. Let those who got nominations and election through Jubilee go back to the people. Those people, the people standing here, these are Jubilee Damu. They can fill any position that you think you sit on and do a better and credible job. Thank you.
Let us hear the Deputy Speaker of the Nairobi County Assembly.
Thank you very much. Members of the press, you can see Jubilee is here. As our Secretary General has alluded, those guys you saw yesterday were doing their presser, I don't know, somewhere maybe in the bush, because I was just seeing trees. This is where Jubilee is. And members of the press, please be captioning what is right. Usiwage unaandika ile tu ambaye unafikiria ama umeambiwa nini. Look, this is where we have all kind of people. The people you saw there, where they were all in suits. Walikuwa wametoka kwa maofisi. But here is where you are seeing hata wale watu wa chini. Jubilee is not made up from watu wa masutu wa maofisi peke yake. This is where we have the grassroots leaders here from Mathare. We have grassroots leaders from Embakasi. But in that group, whom can you tell me came from the slums or from anywhere in Nairobi? The party is not made up by people who are in offices. The party is made up from people who are down there. As you can see here, we are behind our party leader, UHURU Kenyatta, and our Secretary General, Kioni. And please caption that. Na tafadhali muwaelezee kama wanataka kukuja tutapambana. Atuachilii chama kwa wakora ambayo wamenunuliwa waende wakauze chama kwa watu wa UDA. We know, even us, some of us, and I don't know why zile pesa wanataka kutupatia hawapatii hawa hustlers. They've come even to us as members of the county assembly. I can attest here. They've come to my house. They want me to go and to give me something so that I give a presser. And please, I have been elected for the last, this is my 6th term.
Wow.
Na mimi nimekaa nikiwa ngumu. So they should learn. Some of them ni watu wamechaguliwa juzi. Me from 1997 I've been holding a position, an elected position, not nominated. Was elected on a KANU ticket, but that is 1997. In 2002 I came in na ile chama ya Mwiru. So the power is with the people down there. Yes. They should know the power is not with the courts. Yes. Or where they are going to get 50 ama uto tu pesa kidogo wanapata. Let them go back to the people. Let's allow NDC to prevail. Wale chama inataka ndio wataingia. Wale wananchi wanataka, because even us, we were voted by the Azimio coalition down there. I cannot sell my Azimio conviction because of some few coins zile hazitafikia watu kule chini. Kina Wanjiru Rochege, I had respected that lady for so long, lakini sikujua ati hawa watu wanaweza kuwa cheap namna hii. And if you go, most of these people wanarukaruka hivi because some of them, nasikia wengine walikuwa wameguzwa na ile sijui COVID, sijui makesi za COVID. Go and look at those people. Wale wako pande ile, some have petitions. Kwa hivyo some have just rushing there that side because they want to save themselves, not the people and not on behalf of this party. Kwa hayo machache na mengi, asanteni, Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much.
This is the chairman of Nairobi. Okay, I will. Lakini kidogo tu chairman.
Hapa Karani. Yes. These are new MCAs kwanza lazima.
By the way,
yeah. The newest,
before the chairman speaks, this MCA
ni yule amechaguliwa juzi.
Alichaguliwa juzi kule Utawara Ward. Alichaguliwa kwa chama ya Jubilee, serikali ikiwa ya UDA.
Yes.
Kwa hivyo msije mkafikiria tumelala. We are still where there are by elections, we are clear as what we are doing. Lakini hautaona tukienda kuiba vyama.
Okay, members of the press, first of all is to appreciate the Azimio fraternity, the way they came down to Utawara Ward, Embakasi East. We just come from election 3 months ago. So it was a fierce battle where the Hunda and shown that they are going to take that seat 110%. But Azimio now ni wale wakari mbaya sana. We went on the ground and we fought and we won it. So I take this opportunity maybe to thank the fraternity of Jubilee here, Chairman, Cecilia, you did a lot and we won the seat. So I would like to point out one main issue that is really bothering Kenyans regarding the economy. And we are in this mandamano because, and we are going to be in this mandamano until the economy is improved. Public finance is something that we as Jubilee Party, we are going to push for public finance reforms in this country. It is surrounding around the issues of revenue collections. Pesa inakusanywa kila siku, na tuoni hiyo pesa inafanya nini. We have a case yenye tume-investigate. Wale watu wame-apply passports the month of November and December. Up till now, hawaja receive passports. Na sababu gani? That money is collected through a system. Inaenda inawekwa mahali. Alafu that money is diverted elsewhere. I have a case from a resident in Utawara who was applying for a passport. He paid 7,500 for a 64 booklet. And that money was meant to pay for that booklet. 5 months down the road, that guy has not been able to get that service. And that person is supposed to travel for a job opportunity elsewhere because the country is not able to provide job opportunities for the young people. The money is collected daily. Kama pesa ilikuwa inapatikana the previous years, and the national government has been dispersing this money without delay from the previous regime. The question we are asking, what has happened. So what we are demanding as Jubilee faction in Azimio, we want serious public finance reforms. That is what we are calling for. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Tusikie chairman alafu tufungiwe na neck.
I wish to congratulate the Parties Restoration Tribunal for the way they handled the case towards the ruling, in which they showed how an independent body can work. Kwa sababu sio kawaida. We know that a lot had been tried, a lot had been done, ya kwamba tribunal iweze kutoa uamuzi ambao sio kulingana na vile ambavyo inahitajika. Mpangilio wenye ambao walikuwa wamejipanga naye mpaka wakaanza kusema ya kwamba already wameshida hata kabla ya ruling haijatoka. Ni kuonesha ya kwamba walikuwa wanataka kutenda kama vile ambavyo walitenda katika general election. Ile wizi ambao walifanya katika general election ndio bado walikuwa na tarajia kufanya katika uamuzi wa the Parties Resolution Tribunal, of which didn't happen. Kwa hivyo tunapongeza, tunasema ya kwamba an independent body should be kama vile ambavyo the Parties Resolution Tribunal ilivyo kwa wakati huu. Kwa hivyo tunasema ni asanti, lakini bado tunasema ya kwamba kama zile agendas ambazo Azimio imeweka hasitatimizwa, ni ya kwamba maandamano bado tutaendelea naye. Na tunasema hivi, kwa wale ambao wametoka kwa shama wakaenda kutagataga, tunawauliza ya kwamba wafikirie mara 2 mara 3, warudi nyumbani, waje tujenge shama, ili shama yetu ya Jubilee iweze kufanya kazi vile ambavyo inahitajika. Lakini niseme hata bila wao shama yetu itaendelea, tukiongozwa na our party leader, our His Excellency the President Uhuru Kenyatta, na our SG Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni. Asanteni sana.
Find a word from Waja, then I will do for the Kikuyu in the office.
Asanteni sana, kama vile mmeambiwa, mimi naitwa Wanja. Kwa sababu nimeona watu wa media hapa, mimi nataka mjue kwamba panapo moshi pako na moto. Hii vita ambayo tunapitia kama Jubilee, kesho itakuwa chama B, chama C, chama D, and what you should also raise an alarm is that multi-party democracy ya Kenya iko under threat. Executive halali, badala ya kusolve mashida ya Kenyans kama unga ya chapati na ugali, anaambia Wakenya wakule cake kwa sababu hata haelewi vile watu wanasema, alafu wanaingilia chapa. Sisi kama watu wa opposition, saizi kazi yetu ingekuwa kutetea Kenyans kuhusu sitima, electricity na school fees, lakini sasa wametudistract, wakatupeleka kotini everywhere, and this is what is going to happen to other parties tukinyamaza. So for the media, please, we have really fought for multipartyism for 30 years. Hatutaki kukua setback na executive. People should do their job of solving the problems of Kenyans. The law is very clear. Lazima to practice political pluralism, and it's within our rights. Asante.
Thank you so much. Asante sana. Thank you. Oh, yeah. This is the Chairlady Women League Nairobi.
Yeah. Kwa majina ni Caroline Mwaneki, na mimi ndio nimesimamia wamama Nairobi County and Jubilee Party. Yangu ni kwa wamama wawili ambao nilikuwa na admire as my political mentors. Sabina Chege, Naomi Shaban. Nilikuwa ninawaangalia nikiona nyinyi ndio mnaweza tupeleka sisi kama wamama mahali tunafaa kukua politically. But nimeshangaa kuona nyinyi ndio wa kwanza kuenda pale mtake kuuza chama yetu. Jubilee ni sisi na hatutoki Jubilee, na sisi ndio tuko mashinani, na sasa ndio tunaenda kurecruit members sasa huko mashinani. Kwa hivyo Sabina Chege, Naomi Shaban, mumeletwa mama down. Asanteni sana.
Naambiwa kwamba TV na radio za Kikuyu ni nyingi hapa. Hello. Tunaweza tuseme tu kwa Kikuyu kama mna nego tukirekie kana mukwenda atia. Yes, ona ihenya na tutikoiga ni joe twina andu aingi muno mangiaria ginya gicungu makumo Kiambu noende kuheana riboti ya rũgongo rũu uria makenete, na nikuga ati o guthereria andu ati kiama kia Jubilee gitogoretio ni Uhuru Muigai wa Kenyatta ni kirugamite imara na gitire tutie na ngaja wabici ya Jubilee ni guku andu aria mangienda kuruta any press statement ya kiama irutagirwo wabici-ini irutagirwo rungu rwa miti githaka-ini kana handu ihithite na andu metagwo hatharani niguo aria makwenda guka moke na mundu taguka dagoke na andu matietagwo magithuragwo. You do a presser and you notify the media and the whole Kenya public. Tutakuwa na presser pale.